is all done. Welcome everyone to another stream of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are going to be starting the second game tonight, or today, depending on your time zone. And the second game will be Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. So we'll be starting with episode 1. So let's go. Oh yeah, episode 1 is called Turnabout Countdown. Alright, let's start. Start and play, yep. Well, this already feels a lot different. Is there a bomb in the courtroom? Oh my goodness. What a start to an episode. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. It actually blew up the courtroom. I didn't know what I thought was gonna happen, but yeah.
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
Wait, do I not?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move.
Do I not need to read anymore?
Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
New partner.
Done.
Ready to go?
You bet. Let's do this.
This is feeling very like
She's been with us for half a year.
Pokemon all
I
of a
can hardly
sudden.
believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
No.
Ouch.
Are you alright, miss?
Is her power clumsiness? I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
Oh, I thought Apollo was talking, not Phoenix. Alright. Alright. I love this so far. Everything's like 3D and we're getting voice acting finally. This is awesome. Oh, there's Apollo. Did he not evacuate with everyone else? I'm sorry, but if you were in that explosion, that's your own fault for not leaving. Unless you were stuck or whatever else that could have made it so you couldn't leave. Episode 1, Turnabout Countdown. Hehehe. The best thing about bombs is how they erase and destroy without discretion. Okay, so I do still have to read. Alright, we're not getting voice acting for the whole game, I guess. Maybe it was just the start. Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl. What little girl? Please don't tell me it's gonna be Trucy. Or Maya, or anything like that. not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo. Well, everything's definitely more 3D. Yeah, doing great. Like, a little tune great. Oh yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice cracked for a second there. Oof. I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Apollo? Athena? Thank you for doing this for me. Junie. Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens. At home in the forest, though. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. She doesn't look like a bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Thea. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. I'll be so powerful in there, they won't know what hit him, right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial. We just can't lose. Apollo? Apollo! Apollo! Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Mr. Justice. Huh? The trial is about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What, now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. Huff. Huff. Ah. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial is about to start, with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait, there's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff, Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Thea, you're not seriously... You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second. Think about what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on alone before, right? No, hey, problem. I can handle it, I think. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Thea, and that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now, so you'll have to leave it to me. Alright, I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will. Rest assured of that. Alright. My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Alright, so we're gonna be playing Athena, I guess. I don't know if that'll be for the whole game or not, but I guess we'll see. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. Pain again? Where did you get that hairdo? And that is... And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away. As an excuse? He's injured. With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want to feign illness in order to escape? Definitely not feigning illness, and also, you're like the easiest person to go against. What? The nerve of that guy. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. Ugh, this arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk. No, Widget! Is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something. Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking. Heh, well then. If that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction of what you just stated. A contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said... Wait. Then you indeed said I was. What was it? Elegance at work? No. And also... She still didn't say anything. It was Widget. Eep. Actually, it was arrogant jerk. At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness. Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case. Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the Rookie Humiliator. I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk. Arrogant jerk. Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court. Ack, I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse, in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. Yes, I was presiding over that trial as well, and Mr. Justice was there as the lawyer for the defense. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. But there was, in fact, one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When the courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. Dang. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter ropes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb. Arm's autopsy report. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death, between 8 and 11 a.m. Stuffed animal bomb added to the court record. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom, it was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detained. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use E. I'd better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale. I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Junie's really giving it her all. I'd better make sure I do the same. Heh. If we could please proceed, your name and occupation, defendant. Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Mr. Woods, Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Thea Kaufman. And so, I was there yesterday to watch this trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Hehehe. Did you know I'm also known as the Defendant Humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Her. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant... Prosecutor Payne. What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Jane. Where did Jane come from? Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Oh, I see. I've mixed both names together somehow. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him too. He was? My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She says it can even help you see into the future. They can? Then that's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them. A sweet, meek girl like this, blowing a courtroom to bits. I must say, it's very hard to believe. That's what I'm thinking.
Objection!
Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Why, yes. Yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system?
Objection!
Now, wait just a minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I concede the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment towards the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor. And what exactly was so unique about it? Here, I want to try my tea. I'm trying a new flavor. It's called turmeric tulsi. And I added some honey to it. It's pretty good. Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Huh? Me? I noticed your appearance to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really? What a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. Humph. What did it just say? Nothing. Not a single thing. Now, let's see. What was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record. The information I need is somewhere in the court record. Alright, Miss Sykes. Let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courthouse? Was it because it was in Apollo's briefcase in the judge's pocket inside a stuffed animal? Oh, it was inside a stuffed animal. We already talked about this. Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? I didn't even have to look at the court record. It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior. Heh, very good. Have a cookie. The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine. Just like I said from the start, I can do this. Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this embellished elephant have with the defendant? The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here. And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a single singed. It's a tail, Your Honor. The tail of a poor victim of the explosion. This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tail? No. Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to the stuffed animal. Obviously. It's called the Phony Fanty. A rather unpleasant name, if you ask me. It's like a devil elephant with a paintbrush and a guilty sign. Interesting. He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. The Phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth, and we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. What? The Phony Fanty provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb. Maybe she touched the elephant, but how do we know she knew there was a bomb in it? But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. A piece of the stuffed animal that the bomb was inserted to, the defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? I don't understand. How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have a plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence? Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I'd better come up with something for Junie's sake. If you can't produce an answer, we could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer. No, I have to say something fast. Oh no, I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? Huh? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court. So she just randomly loses her voice? Oh, she saw somebody murdered when she was little, didn't she? Yeah, that's a good reason to lose your voice. Or maybe not?
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Why, it's you!
Phoenix! Come on, help me out. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real tough time on my own. Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now, let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Ho ho ho. Look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling, but I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You are absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne. Heh, none at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing, and here she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition. Very well, I grant special permission. You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you. It's been a while, Mr. Payne. Heh, you're more clueless than I heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of long-standing rival Winston Payne. Okay, that's why you have wildly different hair. I thought you were, I don't know, wearing a wig or something. What? Long-standing rival? When were you ever rivals, let alone long-standing? You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands. Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Heh, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom. Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Witness? Name, Ted Tonate. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist. Wait, Ted Donate? Isn't that just detonate? If you switch Ted around? Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking. He sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal manner? I can. He can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure. Speaking over typing, understand? Huh? Greater than type. Oh, alright. What an odd witness. Mr. Tonate, was in charge of the bomb for that trial. Report some respect and remove that face guard witness. I don't know if that really helps. When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that bomb's timer was counting down. So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on. Precisely, activating the timer is very simple. Connect wires, switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. I guess that makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of fun, boss. Ahem. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination, huh? Why is there another bomb? Mr. Tonate, what is that? HH3000, AK a bomb. But bomb? Great googly moogly. Yeah. Mr. Tonate, I demand that you disarm it this instant. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equals success, explosion equals failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. So he knew the bomb was in there, huh? Dimensions 10 inches height by 10 inches wide by 10 inches depth. 12 pounds of perfect replication. Your bomb does appear to be a good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I could not replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. Alright, it was hidden inside a stuffed animal and can be detonated remotely. And now the defense would begin their cross-examination. Where is Mr. Sykes gone to? Where has Miss Sykes gone to? Athena, you come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. I guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, would you? As transparent as ever. Now, let's see. Where were we? We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination, of course. She seems disorientated. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine to help her focus. Nah, I'm fine. Nah, no need for that right now. She'll be fine. I'll do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press R when the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is. Very good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. Okay, so there's like a hint button now. That's nice. When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. Alright. See, we have an attorney's badge. It's my all-important badge, proof of my profession. And we have the autopsy report with her photograph. Cause of death, trauma to back of head, caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death between 8 and 11 a.m. Okay, and then we have the picture of the stuffed animal and the bomb. And then we have the tail. Alright. I think I'm just gonna question stuff for now. This button, right? Yeah. You say that you disarmed the bomb. Are you really sure it was disarmed? Absolutely, I can disarm anything. In a flash. That looks more like dismantled than disarmed to me. Oh, pardon me. Let's see, is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb? Impossible. I do not make rudimentary mistakes like that. They say Tuer is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy. Hehehe. If you must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's only records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed. I guess I can rule out the possibility he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail to the court, Mr. Tonate? Certainly. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. Oh, whoops.
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb? Dimensions? Yeah, we already knew the dimensions. This information is also written on the photograph. Ah, yes, here it is on the back. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating, 5/16 of an inch thick. It certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal. I bet if it dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping. If you dropped that thing anywhere, you'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well. I believe the court was heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tonate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb? Were you watching? Wait, where were you watching from? Thought it was word twice for a second. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed.
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery? My duties have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things. Ah, how admirably responsible of you. A model to be emulated. I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them too. The disarming part I get, but assembling them? Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. I see, but do you ever practice having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? Grr, that does it. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. And you'd better drink some coffee, boss. We're gonna be pulling an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary. Or worth either of our time. So, Mr. Tonate, what did you witness from the gallery? And why didn't you just disarm the bomb when it was about to go on? I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right? That's right. Listen carefully to Mr. Tonate's testimony is just the first step. After that, it's a matter of taking a look at any evidence that seems relevant. Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present something. So you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony presented. Okay. Let's see. That testimony is about when the bomb went off. So I think the state it was in at the time would be very important. A bomb that didn't look like a bomb because it was inside a stuffed animal, huh? The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Oh, did I already go through all of them? Okay, well that doesn't work very well. Actually, how could you see it? Because it was in the stuffed animal. There we go. There we go. And you're doing the weird thing with your eyes.
Objection!
I'm guessing that's your hint of lying or nervousness. So, you say you saw the bomb's countdown, is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tonate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer? Ah, but that... What? No. That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well, Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret, whatever it is. It's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tonate? Well, let me see. No. There must be some mistake. Oh yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. The sound. What sound? When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the bomb counting down. A beeping noise, you say. I suppose it would be possible to notice that, even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake, my bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a bomb's timer is an integral part of my work. I consistently undergo training so that I will never miss it. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like disassembling a toaster, you know? Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing here is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know? And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, aren't you? Or perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tonate did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. It's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tonate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb. What's this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when the active arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh, detective. Okay. We brought the bomb to the lobby for the defense. That's some good tea. Bomb equals evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in that lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely, duh. It has been missing ever since the incident. A switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing. I'm partially to blame. I left the bomb and the remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer. How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
The bomb was safely secured in the transport case, and only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than the Tonate could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Possible. The transport case is assigned impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Alright. And I have the only key that can open the case. Well, somebody could have taken the key. The case Tonate and Detective Arm transported the bomb in. Tonate has the key. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. I have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. Oh, you have no proof, yeah. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. Ah, that tail! 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 dice seconds? Huh? The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. people about a rotten hand. Oh, talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we have to hear from the defendant herself once more. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. I can read your feelings, you know, boss. Guess there's no hiding it from her, huh? Don't worry, I know you need her testimony. But if anyone picks on her again, they'll pay. Guess she's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one thing, Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. Grr, this guy is hiding something, I just know it. Now, if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. Junie. Hi, Thea. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Thena, and I'll do my best, too. You blew up the courtroom because you heard resentment against the courts, correct? No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse, admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was. Isn't that right? Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? I can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, I'll just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, so very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Miss Wood's heart. Don't deny it. You stole the remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant. Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. But don't you know, Your Honor? There is no more a gentleman in this world than I. As if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Athena! How dare you call a gentleman such as myself a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend a manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I am a gentleman. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady or not. I'd demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions, let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off. When the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rumble started falling. It fell on top of me. Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. This isn't going to work. So what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart. Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared, I think she could collapse at any second. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied, and listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart. Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Let's do it. So, your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony. I can enter all that into Widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. See, Phoenix's and Apollo's talents are at least believable. This whole thing is, I feel like, is a whole other story. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprised marker will let us know. Alright. So, with your special ability in Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. Well, is this really a talent, or is this just technology then? Oh, whoops. I didn't read that one. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here, this is what the noise looks like in the mood matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. We can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Woods' true testimony. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, so like, surprised, and rubble started falling. Surprise. And fell on top of me. Why is the happy one? That doesn't make any sense. I think I have a good grasp of Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible. And I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the context of her testimony. What? Already? Yeah, that one. Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. Well, look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint Q it, and then select the unexpected emotion or reaction when the 4 mood markers with space. Alright, got it. So we pinpoint it with Q, and then we pinpoint with space.
Got it!
Alright. Widget is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then... Why are you knitting now? Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? Ah, that's why he was injured. He used his body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How did you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Thena. Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Hee hee, pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected emotion, I should first pinpoint it. That's right, and when you select it from the mood markers with space, if we can find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out. Alright. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped, then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. And then Apollo came and rescued me. I can sense some discord in Junie's heart when I listen to her voice. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint it, and then select the unexpected emotion from the 4 mood markers. Got it. Okay, I think I saw it, I just rushed a little bit. It was on the last one, right? Yeah, when Apollo came and rescued me. So, pinpoint with R, right? Or Q. Q. And then the sad one. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? Yes, I was really happy. And was there also something you felt sad about at the time? Sad? The reason I ask is when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too. Oh, I think it's probably because of Bumrap Riney. Bumrap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new. That's right, I brought my stuffed animal, Bumrap Riney, to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Riney and Phony Fanty are brothers. Who knew that the legal world would inspire a whole line of merchandise? I had Bumrap Riney with me while I was watching the trial. And it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. Ah, his little rhino. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Phony Fampy and Bumrap Riney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. Perfect. So I guess this means we managed to draw out all of her testimony. That's right. I'll just make an upgrade with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So, do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So, Bumrap Riney was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Not that we know that it changes the meaning of the other piece of evidence. All I do know is present it at the right statement. Alright. I was watching from the gallery with Bumrap Riney. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped. Then rubble started falling. I thought I was done for. And then Apollo came and rescued me. That's Junie's complete testimony. Not bad, huh, Mr. Wright? I should focus on the new statements Miss Woods made. The existence of Bumrap Riney should turn things around in our favor. It changes the meaning of a certain piece of evidence we already have. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. Alright. Let me figure this out. I was watching from the gallery of... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The tail. How do we know it's his tail and not Bumrap Riney's tail? Alright. Yeah, this seems like a good enough statement for this.
Objection!
Miss Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what a wild assertion you are making now. My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were on wasn't of Phony Fanty. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrap Riney.
Objection!
What nonsense is that? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos are some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. Yeah, their tails are exactly the same. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals. But the design of their tails is exactly the same. Ah! Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bumrap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsustained. Absustained? Substantiated. There we go. I got there in the end. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our own proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well, let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment. True to form, gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Thena. Really? Haha, thanks. So, to be honest, was I any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it all my all. So, I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know, maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out to the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bimram Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom, as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so he went to take a look. Huh, I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So, you went looking for Rani together before you were called back to courtroom number 5? Yes, I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we'd better go and get him. Good idea. Let's go and get Apollo.
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today. Come on, I know you're... No.
Apollo! No! Jeez. Quite a start to the game, huh? Alright, let's continue. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. Can somebody talk? The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise. Come on, Apollo isn't, like, dead or anything. It's his trilogy, he can't be. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an admirable snowman. Oh, abominable snowman. Way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay? You really should read the story yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo, and it's all my fault. Athena! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. I can imagine. So, Miss Woods is alright then, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on the sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo. Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Sorry, just finishing my tea. It went cold. Oh, guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who? Me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who've studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions too. Somehow I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he? Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor said it probably due to that hit he took on the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Oh right, that did happen to Phoenix at one point. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Grr, just wait until I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena, I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss, you're right. Apollo's assailant can't wait until after we clear... Apollo's assailant can wait until after we cleared Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I'd better check the court record one more time before the trial starts. Well, there's not much new. Like, there's the missing remote switch in the bomb transport case. But nothing new from when we ended that case. Or not that case, but that trial for now. Earth to Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened to Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right for Miss Wood's sake, and Apollo's too. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they were gonna let us investigate, because it was like, this is the tutorial case. Like, they're usually pretty fast, and they don't usually have any investigation portion, I noticed. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise! Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. That's even worse than anger sometimes. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4. Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been for poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? Of course he is. The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods of the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. And why would she do that? Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the court bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location of courtroom number 4, where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Well, it's in the same room, I guess. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when she found Apollo hurt like that. Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts. Ahem. It was the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw even closer to the truth of the court bombing itself. Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. What? Why are we listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all. I wouldn't be surprised if they're related, but I don't think Juniper is the person who did either of the two deeds that were done. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well, bailiff. Please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. Oh no, she's coughing again. Stop making her nervous. I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop. She's just a cute little girl who lives in the woods. Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good. If you would now please testify about what happened to the court. Alright. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? Why indeed? So, Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something... what kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing. Kind of something, I think. Oh ho, new evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. I was reading it right. uh, I believe so. He mentions looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought, there is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I'd never.
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. She found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? Do you see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us. It's written in blood. WOODS. Why isn't that? That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Now that doesn't make sense, but it is there, so we're gonna have to figure out why. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? You know what? Maybe the real attacker wrote her name with his finger. Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. Then we discovered Apollo yesterday. When we discovered. Apollo? No. Ah! We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they went there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Will do. Alright. First, pressing like always. I don't think that first statement is much to press. Paulo stayed with me and we went to the courtroom ruins together. Let's try pressing that. Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine to stop my coughing. Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumram Riney, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see? And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Riney. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for it. There was so much rubble in there, I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when I got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for Riney in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me in spite of all of his injuries. Apollo is so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Or she might have a crush on him. Oh wait. So that's why you went to the ruins, I see. That's why That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Miss Woods. Apollo started looking for Bumrap Riney near the witness stand, where there was no rubble. Wait. Near the witness stand where there was no rubble. We have a diagram of the area, right? Yeah. The witness stand. Doesn't look like he's near the witness stand, does it?
Objection!
So he started his search with the witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong. And that's odd, but that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and he still is. He might not look like it, but he really is brave and kind too. No, that's not the part I find... Wait. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. That's what I said. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how is it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh. I see your point. The rubble blocks off access to the area around the witness stand. Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. And that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes, I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. Isn't that the box? Huh? What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, it's the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonate's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Yes, that transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Miss Woods, have you remembered something? Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before. Its position? The position of what? The position of that big metal thing. The bomb transport case? Yes. When Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the case is in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand. I see. So, where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it? As I recall, I think it was more to the right. To the right. Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Apollo's attack, Who cares where the transport case was when? Uh, what difference does it make? It has nothing to
Objection!
at all. Where the transport case was has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's arguments on its ear. What? Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you do sound as though you were, you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transport case was here at the time of Apollo's attack. On top of woods.
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's inconceivable. Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it? Yes. Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there, because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone. What? And where's your proof you're talking about? It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Wright. What in the photo indicates that the transport case was moved during the assault? Oh, the tracks.
Take that!
All the proof you need, Your Honor, is right here. I'm afraid I don't follow. Mr. Wright, I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you, which means you're taking a wild step in the dark, aren't you? Ouch, you're good. I bet you can also tell how I'm about to feel in a few seconds, too. You just earned yourself a penalty. There's tracks there. Oh, the tracks on the bandages. Because it could have been moved before, but because there's tracks on the bandages right there,
Take that!
it needed to be moved after he was on the ground. Please look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see, but what is it? This mark is made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. What? Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it is impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood. No! You did it, boss. It was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off. Yep, that should bring down the prosecution's claim like house of cards. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Aw, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that. Boss, I'm sensing a definite smug and braggery vibe coming off of you. Ugh. I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh? What? Oh. Well, looks like I should have taken that train of thought through to the last station. Well, it's the person who... or something, I don't know. Well, I've heard a lot about this. So, this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it? Ah, this feeling, it brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out your name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin. Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a 2-bit con man. You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. Now I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence. Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster. What now, boss? Heh. I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way out to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood? The culprit, Apollo, someone else? I would think it would be the culprit, wouldn't it? If Apollo didn't leave the bloody writing, maybe it was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it. That seems like the most reasonable explanation. But wait a minute. I just realized something, boss. What is it? Look at the amount of blood in the photo. It doesn't look like Apollo bled very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write Woods in just that much. Hey, you're right. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault. And since there is so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh? I see. I guess so, but if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could have it been? Who else could have written the message in blood? I guess it was someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left that bloody message? If it wasn't Apollo, it couldn't have been Juniper. Candace's arm died in the explosion, so there was probably a lot of blood there. Couldn't have been Athena, couldn't have been Gaspin, and well, I feel like that's the culprit. So it couldn't have been him, so that's the only option. To be honest, I don't really have any real proof of this, but I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides, Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, I do, but I do. I believe it was Candace's arm that left behind this message in blood. What? I don't think this really helps our case, but, I don't know. We'll see. What, Detective Arm? Are you sure you know what you're doing here? Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense. At first glance, it would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message. Uh-oh. Ah, I see. Even the photo makes it clear that there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. But Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bled very extensively in that case. But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There is no connection between the two whatsoever. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. They had never even met each other. Well, that's very true. Well then, let's see. I guess I can see how this could help our case. Then, maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning. Not what it appears to be. Maybe the message was not intended to be woods. Coming from you, that's quite a bold statement, Mr. Wright. From you, that's quite a bold claim, bold statement, Miss. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have some other meaning. Yes, Your Honor. For something I pulled out of my wormhole, it could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meaning could it possibly have?
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe woods only means something to the police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that. Heh. You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there's no such radio code as woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright. Is that a fact? Heh. Don't look at me, I know as much as you do about police codes. Enough of this. It was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here. No, please, wait, Your Honor. Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's... And no stalling. If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare this discussion officially over. Okay, I'll start thinking now. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language. Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix. You can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the words woods really means? Well, there is a code for, like, the bomb, right? Is it, what is it? It doesn't look like it's, familiar. Or not similar. That's the word I was thinking. That's the word I was thinking of. Woods. Doesn't look like the code on there either. Woods. Trying to imagine it like upside down and stuff. Be like S Doom. I don't know. S Doom. Wait, I think there's something there that was destroyed. Maybe if we find something. These are the only two things I can really think of. I kind of want to try the case first. Because even though I'm not really putting it together, I feel like it could only be those two things. And I feel like it's more likely to be the number on the case than it is to be the number of the bomb.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? What does this have to do with anything? What could these numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand? Maybe we're reading it wrong. Now please look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo. Oh, I think I see it. Do you? I wonder if they used Apollo's blood to fill in gaps of stuff, maybe. What was the code again? L100 5R. Okay, yeah, no, I think I see it. So you have like an L for the start of the W, and then the end was a 1 that they connected it to be a W instead. And then 0, 0, and then 1, 5R. So there was 1, and then they made that into a D, and then there was a 5. And then you saw that there was something else, but the rubble destroyed it. So that was probably the R. That a girl. That's one on my side. It says woods. Or you could say it's a horse for a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W, it's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh my goodness. The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Wood's name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case. What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is 1, but the bloody writing, it says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case, the bloody writing, can be made up to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. erase one line, erase two lines, read it backwards. Erase one line. No, two lines. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the curved part of D. There you go. And yeah, you can see the start of R. Well, would you look at that? L-I-0-0-I-F. No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word. Oh, Lewis, or whatever he was saying. It's a number. L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case. Erase two lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else simply by erasing two lines. Well, if we erase two lines from your name, would it be happy as Mr. Wright? Well, would you, Mr. Wright? The only right spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the two lines are added by the real culprit to intentionally mislead people. What? The original message Detective Arm left behind was the transport case number. But whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message. If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us? Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Like I said before, the culprit's Tonate. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose. No. To tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than...
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. However, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left the bomb transport number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name? He's got a point there. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that, but allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm didn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other. Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit. Thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing. But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. The fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number. Now, just one moment here. There isn't any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time. Nobody moved the box. What can I say? Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. And there's a simple explanation for how he was able to do so. What? Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's a stickler for details, the first to find the body, wearing those weird goggles. The first to find the body? The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. I was the first one at the crime after the explosion. Right, he did say that. I was a little bit unsure there. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. When Mr. Tonate saw that the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transport case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure. Oh, so that's why the message in blood was under the transport case. He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. So those letters lived on to serve another function. When Mr. Tonate used them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice. Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away, instead he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it, and added 2 lines into the writing that Detective Arm left behind. He changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack. So that means the only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. And that person is Ted Tonate. Yeah! Bring him back to the stand. Right now. Order in the court. Order, I say. It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Payne, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand. Yes, Your Honor. That was great, Mr. Wright. Just doing what I do best, which is flying by the seat of my pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back onto the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Now watch me take your lies apart. Yeah, why would he say that? It just makes him look guilty. Or at least suspicious. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tonate. The message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory, no better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You were the first person on the scene, after all. Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing and then used it again later. I see, times 2. But then, let me ask you, Do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? That's a very good question. Well, do you, Mr. Wright? The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to analyze the DNA. Your Honor, I request that a DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know whose it is, it'll be obvious as to who wrote the message. Perfect. Very well. Bailiff, please put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. I will be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear some more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear how ridiculous the defense's theory is. I admit I was the first one on the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there is no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from where the bloody message was found. She was too far away, huh? So, you're saying the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it. It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance of the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there is blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there. Alright. I see. Alright then, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Do you have what it takes to take my infallible testimony part? Actually, I do. I already figured out something that's wrong with it. And I shall show you right now. This one. She had struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. And as you can see, the rubble that's bloody is right on a corner. Now, if we go to the evidence, to the autopsy report, oh, whoops, cause of death, trauma on back of head caused by an impact. That's fine. But then it says with a flat object. That's not a flat object, that's a pointy one.
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tonate. It's a blunt, pointy object. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact of a flat object. Yes, what about it? Now, take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed. Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair. That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance. Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body? That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location. Most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. But this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found. In this case, she definitely could have written the message. Your Honor, I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Very good. Very good timing. Let's take a look. According to the report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. Perfect. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. Awesome. Yes, you did it. You were right, boss. Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing analysis later. Mr. Tonate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. I hope that you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Fine, I will confess. You will? But then why are you so calm? This time, I will tell you the truth. The truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. Oh, so you admit it now. She very plainly wrote L100, L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. My bad. I didn't do anything wrong. I just hid evidence. I see, so it is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it? That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm. Oh well, if that's all you did then... Wait a minute! That in itself is a criminal act. Thank you. Glad to see you finally cross that finish line, Your Honor. Very well then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. Alright. She very plainly wrote. Okay, I was shocked. I don't know if we're quite past it yet, but there's nothing that says, like, shows it plainly wrote, so maybe we're still on it. I can take a little bit of damage, even if it's not right. I just want to make doubtably sure that that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. Yes, it is very clear. But that...
Objection!
Jeez. Yes, it is verily... I don't know why I'm struggling with saying very. It is very clearly said L10015R. But that's odd because that's not what I see. Objection. What on earth are you babbling on about? Now, wasn't it you who claimed... Oh, I accidentally hit autoplay. That's what's going on. Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Oh, eep. Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? Oh, okay, yeah. I see why we're still on this now. Oh, right, now I remember. There is no R on the end. It was just the slip of the finger, my bad. Come back, my beautiful contradiction. Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked. He does look pretty flustered. Maybe you shouldn't be chewing on wires of a bomb, even if it's a fake. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it? You know what? I'm gonna go with he actually saw it. Because, like, why else would we be questioning this line of questioning? Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. In other words, no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take a good look at the photo, I think maybe that's it. What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Paulo and his cords of steel? I've got it. So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen the R. If you're going to make that claim, then you'd better be able to point out what you mean. Oh, I can definitely point that out. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R? Right here, the remains of an R. Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw.
Objection!
I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of where they're talking right now, and it's not helping me. It's true that the witness wears some very, very old goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an art?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little starting to get a little bit lost now. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that this was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous. If that were true, it overturns your own premise. That's right, it does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Order in the court. What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom, ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it would be made to look like she was a victim of the blast. What? It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see. According to the police report. Ah, here it is. One person. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was Ted Tonate. Wait, what? No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim? That appears to be the case, Your Honor. I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my, Mr. Tonate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please. My testimony? There is no need for... He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head. Because all I did was transport the bomb to the courtroom. I already told you. Blast this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you clearly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
Tisk, tisk. Do you always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright? What now, Mr. Payne? Yes, Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm, but an important piece of your assertion is missing. What important piece? The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim? Mr. Payne has a point. Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime. Well, Mr. Tonate? Yes, that's right. You're looking super suspicious right now. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed the Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could have used as a murder weapon? Something flat. What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right? Uh-huh. A heavy blunt object with a flat surface, that could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? I think I can. I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. You know what? I'm pretty sure I know what it is. You can. Then please do so now. What did Mr. Tonate have that could have been used as the murder weapon? The bomb.
Take that!
Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could have been used as a murder weapon. Or as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were going to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace's arm was killed by this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. There we go. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. We assumed this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the same wound pattern. Yeah. Too many ha's. Now you're doing too many he's. What's with him? Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb? He's right, I don't have anything decisive. Well, the bomb exploded. What do you expect? Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad, the bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom. Game over, yeah? Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. By setting off the bomb, Tonate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that looks exactly what Mr. Tonate had to hide. The remote?
Take that!
Your Honor, please take a look at this. The fact that Mr. Tonate hid this makes it decisive evidence for my case. I'm not sure I really understand what you mean by that. Dang it! Okay. Wrong thing. Let's just go back. Well, that was a spectacular belly flop. But I can't back down now. I'd better reconsider what Mr. Tonate could have hidden. Ted Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started, when he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off, which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. I think I have just the thing. What was he hiding? What he had to hide. Do I do that? Like little crack? Maybe? Or maybe... something in this photo? Or no, he had to hide the body, of course.
Take that!
What am I thinking? Your Honor, there's something we've all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tonate would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial. Hey, you're right. And if we figure out where that hiding place was, exactly, we might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tonate have hidden the body during the trial? I think the case is big enough.
Take that!
Wait, a box big enough for a body. A box that was in the courtroom the whole time. A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tonate, what is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again? You hear me now. Show me what's inside the bomb transport case. What? Why? No, there's no need. There's no need, is there? We've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made of thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact. No, that's completely false. If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So let's open it and take a look inside, shall we? Let's not. Uh-huh. Why do you not want us to look in the box, man? Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. What? Huh? I repeat, this HH3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. But Mr. Tonate, are you threatening me? Hehehe. I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me. But Mr. Tonate, didn't you say that's just a training model? A fake to practice on? I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the You know what? I want to say HH3000. I feel like that sounds better than HH3000. If it's real, then why did you keep pounding it and chewing on the wires and... Oh my goodness. But the H3000 was used to blow up courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real H3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom was a different one. One that I made. What? Then are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the H3000 I took the H3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4. Mr. Tonate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that? The HH3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I cannot replicate the detonation mechanism. so I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH3000 in there? No. I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check. So there really is a possibility that the bomb was switched out. No, not a possibility, a certainty. I did it. So he's had a real bomb with him the whole time? You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Order in the court. I'm out of here. It's gonna blow. Run! Well, there goes our audience. You four are still here. Well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over the court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day. The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Payne, that is, well, there he goes. And he's off. Mr. Wright, what do we do? It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it? But the bomb might really go off. Only 3 more minutes, folks. Oh boy. Is that bomb really the HA3000? What should I do? Stand my ground. Feels like a horrible idea, but let's go with it. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear H3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered. Can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere, Tetonate. Oh? Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing. Even at the risk of your own life. Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here, right in the photo of the bomb, clear as day. Proof that Mr. Tonate's bomb is not the real H3000. Really? Out with it then, immediately. Oh, it doesn't have the crack! Where's the proof that Mr. Tonate is holding is not the real HH3000? The crack.
Take that!
The display on the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely it broke when Mr. Tonate used the bomb to attack Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH3000. Mr. Tonate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb with a stuffed animal. In the stuffed animal. The real HH3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Grah! Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No, stop! Nothing but a blood stain. What is that? Is that a blood stain? Just as I expected. Your lies have all been down. Wait, your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tonate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood, and that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tonate? Think you can dismantle the decisive evidence? Dismantle it? Ha 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 ha. You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. This HH-3000 is about to explode. Don't try to threaten us, Mr. Tonate. I already proved that your bomb is a fake. It's real. This bomb is the real thing, I tell you. It's real. Ha 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 ha. If it's real, stop chewing on the wires and slamming it on the desk. Mad Bomber, party of one. There's no time left. It's going to blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. Dismantle, 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 dismantle. I'm not gonna make it. Stop. But made it. Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. And there you go. It's just a training bomb. Ha ha ha. It's not. It's all over. My life has been blown to pieces. It's all this stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew it, when I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And now all this. I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. Then that stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. After my testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and I found that kid all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck behind him and bam! And when the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could pin it all on her. Why? Oh, why? Ted Tonate, you are hereby under arrest on suspicion on the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice. Your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. But that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Wood's verdict. Not guilty. Yay! Court is adjourned. Well, I would say that was a pretty concise trial there. You did it, boss. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow. So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing. It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it? That's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here, it was great. Mr. Wright, Athena, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime. That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation. I don't know, Mr. Wright. I'm not so sure you could make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high up do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think. What? That's no forest, that's a mountain. Well, it would be nice to live in a forest, but, yeah, I don't know if I would want to live on top of a mountain. But, you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving. Oh, that, yeah. I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? An unsolved mystery? Oh, where the remote switch was, I'm guessing he's talking about?
Take that!
The remote switch, right? Yeah, I wonder where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonate just got rid of it somewhere. Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict. I guess you're right. Hey, I know, Junie. Shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone? Okay. Huh? Her grandmother? No, I think they're talking about Apollo. Yeah, no, silly. To Apollo. Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him? Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay. And so the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. Then our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least that's what I believed. What you believed? So he was proven wrong at some point? But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. How so?
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Huh?
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Settle what?
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. Yeah, where is that jacket from? And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature. A mythical creature? Excuse me? Anyway, well, that's the end of that one. Let's, save. And, that'll be the end of stream. So, hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, I'll put this on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it back, or any of the other previous Ace Attorney streams, or any of the streams I've done. And, tomorrow at 2 p.m. CST, we'll be playing episode 2, The Monstrous Turnabout. So, see you then. Bye!